Okay, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the Osight S. It's a brand new optic from Osight, and it's available on the olightstore.com website as well as the osight.com website. So Osight was originally launched from the Olight store, which commonly has been around several years with various different flashlights and so on and so forth. There's tons of videos on my channel about them, at least from the last year to year and a half or so of offerings that they have, as well as the original Osight that came out. So this particular sight is the S model. There's a few things new and exciting with it I'll kind of go over. But this is the packaging. It's branded Osight and not Olight. It still has the same customer service and lifetime warranty as the Olight products and the original Osight that was launched on the Olight website last year. But this one is going to be pretty exciting for several different ways. So Osight branching off allows them to kind of specialize into more of the firearms industry, and there's a few different advantages that we're going to go over with that. So the first one is the normal Olight warehouse and distribution center is based out of, and customer service for the United States is based out of Virginia and Lorton, Virginia. Osight is based out of Arizona, and it's going to be operated out of there. That's where they're going to do R&D, shipping, customer service, and everything's going to be housed out of there. Very soon in the near future, Osights will be produced, and all new Osight sights or optics are going to be produced in the United States, which is an extremely good advancement in my opinion, because it's going to be a American-made product here very soon. But enough about that for now. We'll get into the box here. I kind of spun it around, showed you the new Olight insignia. I was fortunate enough to get this. Like I said, these were just announced today. Mine actually arrived in the mail today. I was lucky in being able to order one a little bit ahead of time, so I could get it and start to get some impressions about it out for you guys. So that being said, let's go ahead and open up the box so you guys can take a look and see what this looks like here. So I'm going to use my rubato to get that opened up. It's just one little seal on the side, and then it's magnetic, which is very, very common for the packaging on. I really like how this opens up. For the packaging of Olight products, they usually have a little magnetic flapper, and then it kind of opens up. So this one's a little different than some of the previous ones in the past that I've had anyway. So it looks like on the left-hand side, there's a few different things for accessories and whatnot over there, and then the optic itself will be on the right-hand side here. So this is brand new, first time I've opened a Osight product, so I'll go through a little bit more detail about the inside of the box. But similar to Olight, you've got a welcome message as it gives you the product again, the Osight S. It says, "We're proud to introduce the industry's first optic made from OAL," which is one of the huge improvements from the original Osight model. The OAL material featuring a magnetic charging cover and backed by a lifetime warranty. So at our core, we listen to our customers and continuously innovate. Olight see the power, and then osight.com is going to be the main website for this. So very exciting about just all of that stuff that's in that little welcome message there. So the first portion of the box is going to be the screw pack, it looks like. And in this pack, it's going to have a different assortment of screw sizes. It's got number 6x32, M4, and a couple different sizes for the M4 as far as the overall length. There's a short and a long. Number 6x40, there's the same thing, two different sizes. And then the M3 screws, there is a short and a long. One of the things with the screws, I'll open that up in a little bit here too, but this one also has a little carrying case and a microfiber cleaning cloth. And then there's a charging cable, USB to C, lanyard puller, and then a little sight adjustment tool. So with the screws, Olight does recommend that you use the screws that it comes with. For mounting the optic, if you have different plates required for your weapon, definitely use those, as those manufacturers are their recommended screws or screw types. So another little welcome message. Thank you for being a part of the Osight family. Sorry, your support is the reason we're here. Enjoy, Osight team. And then it looks like there is a compatibility guide. It tells you a bunch of the common brands from SIG, Glock, Springfield Armory, Palmetto State Armory, Smith & Wesson, Canik, Ruger, CZ, Beretta, H&K, Walter, IWI, and Shadow Systems. And it looks like there's some more on the back. Nope, the front one is for the Osight X, the back is for the Osight S. And it tells you if you need an adapter plate for your particular model, if it's in this list, or whether it's direct mount. The S series is going to be a K footprint or K style, so it's going to be like the Halson K series and similar type optics. So it's going to fit on, or direct fit on, some of the smaller frame pistols, like the SIG 365 series. Or like the Glock 43X MOS or the 48 MOS, and then like the Springfield Hellcat and those types of things. So more of your single, not really single stack, but your slimmer line concealed carry, like compact or subcompact type pistols. And then the Canics, because of the way that their slides are shaped, a lot of times have that on there as well. So or the K series sights for them too. You can get different optics. Some guys like to run the full-size guns with the K-size optics for various reasons. It's just personal preference more than anything. And you can buy adapter plates. I know for like Glock, the Glock store sells a K-series adapter plate for like the 19, 17, 34, those frame size MOSs. So where you get a little bit thinner plate than the factory Glock plates, and then it also gives you some different fitment as far as like the sight sitting completely down into the optic plate, and it looks a lot cleaner for the installation than what the sights or the optics usually look like on Glocks. So there's a few different options, but you can get a K-size plate for the full size or the compact size Glock slides as well. So keep that in mind. And it looks like there's a zeroing card in here that tells you, how to go about adjusting it for windage and elevation and what that looks like. And then it's got your installing. So if you have the M3 or M4 screws or the 6x32 or 6x40, it's different. So it looks like the M3 is 15 inch-pounds. And if your particular firearm uses the M4 screws or the 6x32 or 6x40, thread pitch screws, it's 17 inch-pounds. So make sure you pay attention to that as far as what your particular weapon uses for the screw, so that you are installing the correct size screw, both in thread pitch and in length. And then you can also go on the Osight website, and it'll give you a fitment guide too. So that said, here is the optic itself. So the S is actually an enclosed reticle optic, so there is glass on the back side as well as on the front side, and it gives you a little bit more robustness as far as how the optic is protected for elementary interference, being dust or dirt, various other debris like lint, different liquids such as rain or anything else, sweat, stuff like that. The emitter is closed, so you're not going to get that distortion on the emitter or the complete takeaway of the emitter itself. So with the packaging, let me get that out of the way here. So that's not as much of a distraction anymore, but then you've got the hood. So one of the things that's unique about this particular optic is it's rechargeable. So it has an internal battery. You don't have to take it back off the gun. Anytime you get it on there and you get it zeroed, it just needs to be recharged. And that's what this hood itself does. and it's very nicely branded as well with the Osight there. It is Type C, so almost anything that you have at home these days comes with the Type C types charger. You can attach the lanyard to this if you want to keep that on a range bag or something like that, so you don't have to worry about losing it. But as far as how it works, you just stick it on top of the sight and it starts charging. So, and it is magnetic, so it does stay on there, but you have that option. So you'll notice the button on the side, if I click that, it lights up and it goes to about 25%. It goes from 0 to 25, 50, 75, and then it comes back around to fully charged at the bottom mark there. So you can see with this not attached to the reticle how much this case has. So this has a battery built into it as well. You do not have to charge directly with this hood and a power cable. You can charge just off of this hood by itself. And then if you put it on the optic itself, it'll tell you the charge of the optic at the time. So the battery's flashing, which means that it is charging at the current moment, and it's at about 28, 30%, somewhere along in there, or it's probably actually 30 or 35%. But so it does give you the different readouts. If it's on the optic, it tells you what the optic's charge level is. It tells you what the case is with the charging case or the hood not attached to it. So and it's got your information about like the model and the serial number and everything else. And currently made in China, but again, soon in the near future, it's going to be made in the United States. So we've got the optic. We'll talk about that a little bit more here in a second. But the screw pack is really nice. Other optics that I've gotten, or plates, all come with the mounting hardware. Usually just kind of tossed in a Ziploc bag, which is fine. It works. But this is extremely useful because you can keep everything together. They've got these little compartments. They can be reorganized. They can be taken off. And they're extremely modular as far as hooking them together, and easy to just kind of store your different screws. And then it's got everything laid out in there. So you get your different links, and then you get an extra screw of each one. So usually you only need two, ideally, to mount them with, but you can have a spare in case one gets lost or damaged in some fashion. But it organizes them nice and neat. If I know my pistol needs the M4 screw, I just need to open up that, and I need to pull out either two of the ones on one side that are longer, or two on the other side that are shorter. Can't get them out right now. They're in very nice little neoprene sleeves in the inside, but I just grab the two screws that I need, and then torque them to the appropriate torque for whatever slide that I'm mounting it to. So very handy with the screws as far as that goes. The other side, you get your tools and your charging cable. So you've got your adjustment wrench that has the flathead on the end of it, so you can adjust your windage and elevation. And then you have your star bit that's the appropriate size for the screws themselves. I don't remember off the top of my head what size that actually is. It's got a little skull engraved into it for the actual Torx bit itself, but it should be a pretty common one as far as that goes. So one of the things that is again handy is the Type C. So this is your lanyard that you can attach to your hood if you want to have that on there to keep track of it, or attach it to like a range bag or something. So and then this is just a little case and a microfiber cleaning cloth. Get those pulled out here. So you've got a case for it to go into, and then a cleaning cloth that you can use to wipe off the lenses. Again, don't have to worry about cleaning or wiping off the actual emitter because it is again enclosed, which is very handy for those more demanding environments that you may find yourself in or may need to be in with your optics. So the closed emitters are something that I'm really growing extremely fond of, just because it's one less thing that you have to worry about not working or breaking down, so to say. So now the material of the sight, I do really appreciate the texture on it. It's a very nice matte black. It's not grippy, but it's not super slick. It's not that you're going to be necessarily grabbing a hold of this and trying to hold on to just that by itself. But it is a nice matte black. It's not very shiny. It doesn't pick up a lot of light. And I like that the insignia of both the model of the sight and the branding is all black as well, just to keep it a little bit more streamlined and a little bit more non-noticeable or incognito, so to say. So I really do like that. But the material, it is aluminum, like most optics are, most red dots and flashlights, etc. The difference is the type of aluminum. So this is called OAL, which is Olight aluminum, is what that stands for. And it's 70-75 aluminum is common for other optic housings or frames. The OAL aluminum, or the Olight aluminum, is about 25% harder than what the normal aluminum that you're going to get. So that's really nice too. You're not going to have to worry about deformation if it gets dropped or banged around against something, or you use it on a barrier to manipulate the slide or something like that. It's going to be very, very durable when it comes to just getting beat around and so on and so forth. I know from experience with the older one, and I look forward to kind of putting this through its paces as well before I get it into the rotation. But I have no concerns over the reliability of this optic. But the other thing that is really nice about the OAL is it's more it's stronger than the regular aluminum, which there are some companies that do make housings out of titanium, but titanium is, of course, a little heavier than aluminum than what you would typically get with that. So it's still nice and light, and it's aluminum instead of a pricier, more robust metal, but it is stronger. So it's got a lot of the benefits that you get with titanium, with a lot of benefits that you get with the titanium, but it's also still very light. So again, just to kind of recap, it's made out of OAL. It's rechargeable. Another big question is that people think about is the battery life. So the battery life is incredible as far as what you would get with the internal battery of both the optic and the hood. And it's something that most people, for most use of it, you're only going to have to mess with, once every several months, unless you just really wanted to continuously charge it and make sure that it charged. But if you're on kind of the midline level 3 brightness, it does have a light sensor. It will auto adjust the brightness based off of the need from your atmospheric sunlight, or for the not the sunlight, the natural light, but the incandescent lights and things like that. Your man-made light, it will adjust as needed, whether it needs to be dimmer or brighter, so that your light is or your dot or your optic is at the brightness level you need it to be. It is still manually adjustable if you hit the plus and minus buttons on the side of the sight, and you can turn up the brightness and so on and so forth from there. It is also dual reticle, which is really neat. And what that does is it gives you the ability to have, and right now it's on the circle and the dot, but it gives you the ability to have either a 2 MOA dot just by itself, or you can have a 32 MOA circle, or you can do both where you have the dot and the circle. So right now it looks like out of the box it's set on the dot and the 32 MOA circle, and then I can toggle that back and forth. I'm guessing there's no way I'm going to be able to get this to line up to where you can see the reticle, but as far as what they look like, the box does have that on there. Let me grab that again here. So on the front of the box, it shows you your 2 MOA dot with the circle, the dot just by itself, or the circle just by itself. So whichever style you would like that to be, you can establish that and change how you do that. So again, the K footprint of the optic, as far as the screws go, they're 14.5 millimeters apart in the middle there, and then it does have the mounting lugs at 17 millimeter on the front and the rear that interface in with a lot of your different optics. So, and you've got the 3 different screws of each of the 4 sizes that you can utilize for the actual mounting itself too. So the bottom of it, or the deck, so to say, is thinner than what a lot of other optics are, so it does sit a little bit lower on the slide, which I really like. I don't like how a lot of red dots really kind of space up the sight or the viewing window, but anyway, I kind of jumped around there. But the charging time on the level 3, before I got sidetracked with the buttons on how to adjust that, if you're on level 3 brightness, it will last for approximately 21,000 hours. It's actually 21,900. So it's extremely long time with that. And then the total runtime with the charge on the hood itself gets you an additional 87,600 total runtime. So it's extremely long amount of time. I haven't crunched the numbers to tell you exactly like what that works out to as far as like the days, but it's a lot. There's only 24 hours in a day, so you're gonna get dozens of weeks out of the hood and the optic just off of one initial charge. So I know my original one I've had for probably pretty close to a year now, and I've charged the hood and the optic one time, and I have not recharged either of the two since then. So so that's extremely handy just to have. And you do get an indicator on the side as well of the optic that'll tell you your charge level. So right now it's yellow, which means that it is down below the, I believe it's the 40% realm as far as what that particular indicator does. But yeah, green is, the green dot means that it's like 80% or higher, I believe, or 50% or higher, I'm sorry. It's 50 to 20 for the yellow, and then, or 50 to 10 for the yellow, and then red is 10 to 20, I'm sorry. Less than 10, it's red and it's flashing. 10 to 20, it's red. 20 to 40 is yellow, and then green, or 20 to 50 is yellow, and then green is 50 to 100% charge. So it'll give you kind of a rough idea of where you're at just looking at that indicator light. I don't know if you can pick that up. It's pretty dim, so it's not an extremely bright light that's going to be shining off the side of your pistol. And you can manually turn it on and off also by double pressing the buttons, which is pretty standard. If you hold the down adjustment or the minus adjustment button, I've just adjusted it to the red dot only, or just changed the optic to the red dot only. If I click and hold it again and let go of it, it then changes from the dot only to the circle. And then if I click and hold it again, it feels like it's about 4 or 5 seconds, and then it goes back to the dual reticle or the dual optics. So and then if you hold both of them down for just about a second or so, it shuts the whole thing off. But overall, very impressed with this so far. I don't know if you could pick up the reticle and the optic, but for me, looking at it here just on the desk, it's very clear, very clean picture for what you get through the window when you're looking through it. And I'm really looking forward to getting this mounted up and getting some rounds through it. So this is again the Osight S enclosed reticle, or enclosed reticle optic, and or enclosed emitter optic, sorry. And you're going to be able to put this on any of your K series lights. So at the time of recording, which is again the day that it came out, they are $249.99. You can buy them on the Osight website, and you can also buy them on the olightstore.com website. Same price on both of them. $249 is the regular price or the retail value. Both of them are on sale for the same price on either site, which again is osight.com or olightstore.com, and they're $199 through the 24th end of day. So January 24th, you can pick these up for $50 off, and they do come with a limited edition challenge coin that's being given out while supplies last for the initial orders of this or the other site that came out, which is the Osight X. And I'll have another video for that coming out here shortly after this one. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of a rundown on these, what it looks like, what it's made out of, what makes it special, and kind of give you my first impressions, which so far I really like it, and I think I'm going to enjoy this optic very much so. And I'm looking forward to comparing it to a Holosun 507K that I have on a pistol already, and just kind of see which one holds up better and which one I like better, and hopefully be able to get some content created for you guys around that as well. So appreciate you sticking around and watching this. If you are wanting to look at the Olight store listing, I do have a promo code through Olight that's going to be in the description of this video. If you don't have an olightstore.com account and you use that link in the description of this video to set up one to order your site, it does give you a $10 coupon for your first order, as well as a free keychain light. That is it's a limited edition ShotShow light, and if those run out, you'll get another of the same model. It just won't be the ShotShow edition one for the Osight launch. But make sure you check that out. Again, if you don't have that, it does help this channel when you use that link to create an account and actually purchase anything or purchase something. And it gives me a small kickback to help me be able to continue to bring things like this to you guys in the future. So I appreciate you sticking around. That's probably a little bit longer of a video, but there's a lot packed into this tiny little red dot, and I'm pretty excited about it, and I hope you guys learned some information that was useful for you. Appreciate it, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you know when I have new stuff coming in the future. Thank you very much.